All right, welcome along to ArsenalFanTV. Now, we've got in the studio today Louis from 100% Chelsea. He's got a big smile on his face because obviously they're top of the league. It all worked out beautifully for them the other night because even though they got a draw and they might have been thinking to themselves, wow, maybe Arsenal might sort of catch up. We went and lost our game to Watford, which again has given them that breathing space that they've had literally most of the season. So we're looking forward to the game at the weekend. You know, it's going to be a tough game for Arsenal. It's a place that we haven't been for a long time and got a victory. And Louis, how are you feeling? You feeling confident?
You know me, I'm always a bit of a pessimist. I always sort of look at the games as it comes. And obviously, you know, 9-point gap, still, it's a big gap. But for me, we're only going to be in February, you know, it's still catchable. So I'm going into the game. Arsenal are a good side. You beat us 3-0. You can't forget that. You know, and that for me. That's always going to be in the back of the players' heads. I mean, when we lost to Spurs and we didn't get that undefeated run, or that winning streak, sorry. You know, I saw that was a bit of a failure one, and then we just didn't have the mentality, I thought. And then against Liverpool the other night, you know, they were pressuring us, and we were starting to crumble. We were lucky to get a draw, in my opinion, because Liverpool were the better side. And I feel that it could be the same against Arsenal. I feel you guys, you know, that's still going to be back in the back of our heads. We could come out going, you know, we want to play well, because we always play well at the Bridge against you guys. But, you know, it's at the same time, there's the big part of me which is a bit worried going into this game. I think you guys, you know, obviously you're going to be batting for blood after losing to Watford. So it's going to be, you know, it's a big game for you guys as well. So you're going to want it.
It's huge for us. I mean, you know what I want to ask you, right? I was chatting to a Chelsea fan the other day, a mate of mine, right? I do have some Chelsea mates, by the way, right? And he was saying to me that, Robbie, you know what? I don't think we've actually played great this season. I don't know how you feel about that. Do you think that you guys have been brilliant this season, or...?
We've been good. We have been good. I think, you know, we've gone into games, we've set up well. There's that Italian style of football that's come into it, and you know, it's a system that works. For me, it comes down to, if you want to get a result, get a system that works. You don't have to play flamboyantly. As long as you get the ball in the back of net, all that matters is that score in the top left-hand corner or top right-hand corner of your screen. That's all that matters. And for me, you know, we've been getting those results, so we have been playing well. But I can see where it's coming from, where it hasn't. We've given freedom to players like Hazard and Pedro to be a bit more flamboyant, but at the same time, it's been a really effective team. And for me, that's all that matters.
Arsenal.
Yeah, go on.
We're coming there. What, you know, because we were talking the other day about formations and what formation Arsenal should go with. And my thing is, I want us to go with a lot of pace up front. Yeah. That's what we used in the first game. I know you had 4 at the back then, but that's what we used in the first game to devastating effect. Yeah. And me personally, I'd like to see maybe Welbeck on one side, Alexis down the middle, Walcott on the other side, pace in behind. Now, is that something that would worry your defence, pace, or would you be more worried about, say, maybe Giroud being in there with Alexis and, say, Walcott on one side? What would you think would pose more problems?
For me, I think it comes down to Conte will have learnt from the previous defeat, and pace was huge. I mean, you have to remember in that game, you guys took our right-hand side out of the game completely because we had Ivanovic who doesn't have the pace. Obviously he's gone now, he's been a great servant, but he just didn't have the pace on that right-hand side. And that was where you went and conquered us quickly, you know, and then we had Terry in the middle, Cahill, or David Luiz, sorry, and it just didn't look right. Now I think it's not such a problem, considering we have Victor Moses on one side. Marcus Alonso has been a fantastic signing, in my opinion, and then you've got David Luiz, Cahill, and Azpilicueta, who are all relatively quick. I mean, Cahill's probably the slowest out of the 3, but you know, they all read the game very well. And we like I was saying, we've been keeping solid. And I think it can cause a problem, but I think they'll have looked at that and then sort of try to figure out how to stop it. And I think we'll probably sit deep and then hit you on the counter like we have been with other teams this season.
I was hoping we were going to have 10 men. Every time we see a play and that guy Costa is there, he always comes up with his little shenanigans, gets players sent off and that. But he has been banging them in for you this season, hasn't he?
He has been. He's been fantastic this season. He's been a completely different character, completely reformed. He's been a lot more clinical in front of goal. You know, he walks on that fine line between causing chaos and just getting it completely wrong, and just, you know, giving the odd nudge, winding people up and using it to his advantage. He walks that line very, very, very carefully. But I think, you know, against Liverpool, against Man City, he's been marked out of games. And I think, you know, if you guys do it correctly, you can mark Costa out of the game. But then you've also got to worry about Hazard. Pedro as well he's been completely changed this season. He's been fantastic. He was against Liverpool. He was the kicker. He was when we were having issues. You know, when he got the ball, he was very direct. Ran at the Liverpool defence. You know, he caused them a lot of problems. So you know, you're going to have to deal with 3 different types of players. It's not just Costa that you're going to have to worry about today. On the weekend.
Costa or Alexis, who's better?
They're 2 different types of players. I don't really
Who's
think you can compare them. Costa. I think Costa's top scorer. Currently, Costa's top scorer, isn't he? So, on paper, he's better.
I'm going Alexis.
Obviously, you're going to say that, aren't you?
No, I think all-round game, he's better.
I just think they're 2 completely different types of player. Costa, like he's a battering ram.
He's a good player, Costa. He's a proper player, but I edge Alexis.
Yeah, put it in the thing up there.
Yeah, it's a vote. It's a vote. We're doing it. It's a vote on ArsenalFanTV.
Yeah, I think we all know.
I don't hold that much hope for you, but we'll do it as a vote. Costa or Alexis, who's the better player? Looking forward to the game at the weekend. Of course, we'll link up channels.
Definitely.
We'll be down at the game. I'm hoping, because I've just been so long since I've been to Stamford Bridge and got a result. I'm hoping that I'll be smiling. You know, we need to do it for the league. You know, to just bring you guys back in a bit.
You know, there's always a chance of it happening. I mean, you can never write it off. I mean, 9 points clear. That's a fantastic. If we go 12, I think that'll be it wrapped up. But you know, 9 points is still, you can still pull that back, definitely.